France is Antifa. From the right to the left, we're all Antifa.
What does Antifa mean to you, gentlemen? Hi everyone, I'm in Nantes at 10 post meridium to do a quick night report. Let's see what happens. Many people told me to come since things have gotten worse in Nantes since my last report. I'm here with Baptiste, who will guide us tonight. Baptiste, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well since you're here, so things are good. With the number of messages you get from Nantes, because right now, Nantes is really complicated. Why is there so much insecurity, like really a lot? There's everything, let's say, trafficking, whether it's drug trafficking, and I'm also talking about road traffic, meaning also in terms of road traffic. It's a nightmare. You can't get anywhere or do anything in Nantes now.
And delinquency.
I think we're kind of in the bird's nest. We're in the stronghold, I think, where delinquency is exploding. Yes,
But do you actually see that, you concretely?
Yes, I see it, and I'm not ashamed to say it, that I was assaulted. You got assaulted just for a cigarette?
How did it happen, specifically?
Someone asks you for a cigarette, you know? If you don't want to give one, you say no, but if you say yes, they'll ask you for another cigarette. But then they'll say, yeah, but give me the whole pack, you know?
There's a man filming us. Hello, sir, hello. I'm fine, yes.
I'm fine, yes, it's not a problem.
No, there's no problem. So you're filming us? No problem at all. You can film us, just so you know. No problem. So you were saying you got assaulted over a cigarette, exactly, you got hit for that?
Yeah, more like beaten and slashed, oh yeah.
Slashed, meaning?
Let's say a quick stab with a knife.
But no, did you get stabbed?
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was lucky, yeah.
Where was that? Where was it?
It was near Davis Square over there, but it was fine and enough. That was about a year ago.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, so now, where are we going? Where are we headed?
We're heading to the heart of Nantes to check it out and see how it is.
Nantes isn't dangerous, it's great.
That's true. Well, say it.
Hello, Nantes isn't dangerous. It's a great city, and the rumors aren't true. It's no more dangerous than anywhere else.
Not more than anywhere else?
But that doesn't mean it's not dangerous. Yeah, but that's general, it's everywhere. And just because in one place people gather and hang around, it doesn't necessarily mean it's dangerous. I live in that thing, right there, right in the city center. There's a shop there, there's activity, there's life, and that's what's beautiful. I lived in Paris in the 18th Goutte d'Or, Barbet Marcadet. It's lively, it's not dangerous. If you learn to know and talk to people, it's not dangerous. Living together, that's what's beautiful.
So do you confirm that or not?
No, you can't say the business district isn't dangerous at night, especially for a young woman returning from a club.
Not more than anywhere else, and that's why...
We reach this point of view where you claim it's no different than anywhere else, but D?
It sucks, so yeah, it sucks.
Actually, as soon as you go past midnight in a lively place where people are going out, there's excitement. Of course there are dangers, but I mean, it's no more than anywhere else. That doesn't mean we should label Nantes as dangerous or say it's a place to avoid living or visiting.
You want something really interesting? Yeah, wait. She's from Nantes, yeah.
She's left-wing, oh yeah.
I'm a right-wing Parisian from the suburbs.
Oh yeah, funny.
And yet we're together.
But it's great, it's funny.
But I don't know Nantes.
So I can't talk about Nantes myself.
I know Nantes well, I've lived in Nantes a lot.
All right, so what's it like, Nantes?
Nantes is very cultural and rich with many concerts and activities. There's always something to do. What was the original topic?
It was, what is life like in Nantes? Honestly, that's it. It's as simple as that. Well,
Nantes' life there, I loved it as a student and worker. Honestly, I loved it all.
yeah, because honestly, I have to admit I came because I was asked to come. Okay, I got a lot of messages from people telling me, come to Nantes, Vincent, because the situation is getting worse, especially in terms of security.
Oh, really? It's getting worse?
It's supposedly getting worse, yeah.
For how long?
It's been a few years since COVID and since Johanna Roland became mayor of Nantes.
Okay, well, for me, what I've noticed is that for at least, I'd say 2 or 3 years, the situation has improved. Oh yeah, a lot. Before, it was a bit more tense than it is now. I remember coming home alone at 5 a.m. after a night out. I wasn't anymore. When I was young, even underage, like 14 years old and all that, I was really approached by a lot of old white guys, disgusting parents. Oh, really? Yeah. It was more that kind of situation that I experienced and that people around me experienced. Anyway, as a girl, that's more what we felt. So that's the situation. It's different for everyone. But in any case, from what I felt in terms of insecurity, it was more like that, yeah.
Me, I'm not a native of Nantes.
You're not a native of Nantes?
No, me, I'm from Réunion, me, oh yeah.
All right. And how do you find this city of Nantes? So how long have you been here?
I've been in the Nantes area for 3 years, and honestly, I really like it. Well, let's say that in the evening it's a bit tricky, especially when it comes to businesses and all that. It's true that it's a bit tricky, you know? I mean, there's a lot of drug trafficking there and everything. Sometimes I go to commerce to pick up my vehicle and I can see that there's a lot of trafficking, a lot of delinquency and so on. All right, during the day, I could say that it's actually much calmer, okay? And at night, it's a whole different world, really.
Oh yes, it's a different world.
That's right. It's true that when you go through the business district, you could actually feel unsafe, you know?
All right, okay, well, we went there earlier, yeah.
Afterwards, I think more around midnight, that's when it's really, if you want some action, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go there at midnight. So, because for example, I know Grenoble very well. I was born there, I grew up there, I go back regularly. And when people say Grenoble is dangerous, there are shootings, there's drug trafficking.
Not everywhere.
It's spreading, actually.
Yes, but actually, that's everywhere. And it's exactly this divide that's being created with social media. We live in our own informational bubbles, not caring about or knowing others, even though we might get along well in a different context. Being interested in others helps us live together and avoid generalizations. If we only watch CNews or BFM on repeat, we only see one perspective. Or on a social network where liking something makes us see the same content repeatedly. I see you. But more because you create content that goes viral, because it gets reactions, because it stirs up emotion. But that's not necessarily the good side of social networks. And finally, that's it.
But why do people say things aren't okay, if actually they are? But me?
I'm fine. I say I'm fine here.
But why? Are there others who say things aren't okay?
Some people see the glass half empty, others half full. You need to care about others to notice if they're doing well. You see all these people hanging around the shops, we say we imagine all sorts of things about them. And those people might also be people who are in need. Because they're not able to work, because they're not given the opportunity to work, and so they end up gathering together as a community. Why? Because in fact they go where they can get help.
I've already been pickpocketed on the tram. They're really real.
And you keep being politically correct?
Yes, actually, because being politically correct.
That everything's fine, right? Overall, it's okay. There's no problem, right?
Well, actually, yes, of course, there are problems. I think we just don't see things the same way. I view things more through insecurity and social injustice than immigration or other perspectives. Identity, yes, for me, when it comes to the identity of my attackers, for the most part, they're not foreigners, you know? No, they're not foreigners. Tram, no, or on the tram if you prefer. The typical profile of attackers in general is more like 38 to 55 years old white and very frustrated, sexually. I think so, yeah, and in the street, etc., it was more like that.
Ah, that's weird. So that means they target men more. Because 3 of my friends were seriously beaten up, not just a little, but badly. They got, yeah.
There was a gun involved, right?
The thing is,
It's often people from immigrant backgrounds, but no one dares to say it, so we're labeled as right-wing or even far-right.
Well, in any case, in my situation, that's not how I feel, so I have a hard time identifying with right-wing or even far-right rhetoric that stigmatizes assaults, because that's not my experience at all. I clearly don't understand that connection. Also, it's true that, for example, friends who were assaulted by white French people when they filed a complaint, etc., in the press, like West France, etc., they say she was assaulted by someone. But when it's someone with a foreign nationality, they mention it right away. So, maybe for the readers,
It would create a bias, according to you?
creates a bias. For me, it's a plausible explanation. Okay, listen.
We're going to go check that out. We're going to go there to commerce.
Well, anyway, to commerce. You're arriving at a bit of a bad time. I think 3 years ago, you would have had more content to make. Yeah, now it's really calm. Well, honestly, yeah.
it's not that it's peaceful. It's just because in March there are elections, it's different.
We're with 2 people. One was beaten up a year ago over a cigarette. They have a different opinion because their experiences differ from yours.
Yeah, that's normal, but I think those people can step back and realize that was just one situation, so they shouldn't generalize from it.
The question is it multiplying or not? Is it a trend that's increasing or is it a trend that's decreasing? Street assaults.
We need to review statistical studies to see if there's an actual increase or just more exposure. Are we just hearing about it more, or is it really increasing? Whenever I open Instagram, I see things like that, you know?
No, there is an increase. Figures from the Ministry of the Interior, actually.
Delinquency and all these issues are also linked to poverty. It's also about misery. So you see people even at the shops. Those who may have attacked me the most are also people who are very vulnerable with issues of addiction. So actually all of that needs to be taken into account as well. You see, actually what bothers me more is the stigmatization of the cause of these problems, which is immigration, which is all of that. Well, not necessarily.
Do you think immigration isn't connected to delinquency?
That's not what I'm saying. There could be a link, but it's about stigmatization and generalization. On the other hand, one thing that's certain is that I can tell you there's a link between delinquency and misery, delinquency and poverty, delinquency and insecurity. And that, yes. And so after that, if you want to make another link with immigration, because that's, well, but I mean, we also need to focus on what's beautiful, and there are beautiful things and we need to highlight them.
Okay, so we're going to commerce, we're going to see what's going on, which is normal. It's a Christmas market, but you have people but that's what it is. Didn't you see? One flipped me off, the other made a heart at me. Where? Over there, at 2 tables. Yeah, I swear to you, wow. Oh yeah, look, a little shot of the trash cans there. It's filthy, it's a shame, because look, the square is spotless, it's really beautiful. And then you have that which looks third world. Look how dirty it is. For real, did you see the trash cans there? Is there an issue with garbage collection, borders and all that? 2 guys said those are border guys behind us. Then there was a no. On the other hand, I noticed that we're really recognized, actually.
Yeah, that's right. What? Yeah, they're messing around. Keep moving forward.
What's going on? Move forward. Guys?
They're cuddling. Yeah, there are 2 guys following. Wait.
Wait, it's the thing. It's a trick. What does that mean? It's an Antifa trick. They're following, but I can't tell what they're saying next.
Where are they?
What's up? Where did they go? No, I'm looking.
I follow you on TikTok.
I like it. Okay, thanks, sir. It's a leaf. Cool.
Are you staying here for a few days?
Yeah, I'm going to stay here, for a day. Well, that's good. I'm checking on what's happening in Nantes.
Nice, Samantha. Oh yes, so tell me, look around you. Yeah, it's complicated. We're with our wives at the restaurant hanging out in Nantes, but going home is very complicated.
But that's true.
I swear to you it's true. I forbid my daughter from hanging out in Nantes. My daughter is 21 years old. I live right across from the tramway in Nantes, and she is forbidden from taking the tramway because it's dangerous with many bad people. We're scared and afraid of everything. Rapes, assaults in the street. It's very complicated.
How long have you known Nantes?
I was born in Nantes. I'm a Nantais, and the city has changed drastically in 10 years since we got the sea. It's catastrophic.
It's true. It's true.
I'm a Nantais because people, they say no, but we're exaggerating. No, I'm a Nantais. I swear to you, it's true. I have a watch. You see, I hide it. I hide it under my jacket. You relax. I hide it. I go home. It's fine. It's barricaded. You have to make sure you're not on the Côte d'Azur. It's complicated. We lock up, have alarms and cameras everywhere, and secure everything. That's how it is.
So what's there then? Okay, yeah, but the problem is that they're making phone calls.
There's the problem. Here, look if you still want to make a plan.
But it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's for a report. So it's a report. It's about what the atmosphere is like in Nantes.
Do we need to say something positive?
Anything you want? It doesn't need to be positive. I want the truth.
Well, I'm from Angers now. I used to live in Nantes and now I've moved to Angers and I think it's completely different. Nantes is a bit, well, it's sadder.
It has gotten worse.
It has completely gotten worse. I think it's getting worse.
I'm not sure if it's worse, but maybe we're just used to Nantes. People from elsewhere may not see Nantes the same way we do.
Okay, for those of us who have known Nantes, we're not even 30, but we've known Nantes since we were younger. It's not what it used to be.
There are fewer places to go out, that's it. It's different.
You mean that activity in Nantes is slowing down, or that it's...
More dangerous.
And so you...
Please go out less for me. Nantes is becoming increasingly dangerous.
Ah, yes, okay.
Okay, I feel less safe in Nantes now than in Angers. It's completely different.
And you, do you share this observation?
I haven't experienced insecurity myself, so I'm not the best judge. Still, when we hear about it, we all sense there's an issue. I've never felt in danger. I also never go alone, am never alone at night in Nantes, and don't live downtown.
For me, it would never occur to me to come walk alone in the streets of Nantes, whereas in Angers I walk around by myself, and it's totally fine.
It's fine. Someone's always watching, but they've been stopped. Ah, damn.
Those are the bastards. No, they're not.
The couple in front of the Cologne has been following us for a while.
Yeah, hang on, because I'm a little worried. Honestly, there's a really strange vibe in this city.
Did you see?
Because the problem is, the guys are watching, they call, and they attack us.
It's an oppressive atmosphere.
That's true.
That's true. And you're like, what time is it? I don't even know. 10:30 post-meridian. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The market is closed. They're still here.
Well, let's keep going, then we'll try to lose them quickly. Yeah, I'm not calm actually. At night I'm less calm than during the day, obviously. And my whole problem is figuring out, among the information I get, what's real. The real dangers and the dangers that are a bit exaggerated. That's what's hard. They'll definitely notice me right there. Wait, maybe I'll stand on this side instead. Ah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, there's a fascist. That's it.
It started.
A fascist just arrived. How's the atmosphere in Nantes?
Well, honestly, it's fine. I've only known it for a short time, but honestly, for now, I don't really feel unsafe, you know. And sure, there are places I'll go to less than others. But right now, it's fine.
Could you be attacked around a street corner in Nantes?
Well, apparently it happens quite often, I think. Especially when you're a girl. But when you're a guy, it's different. Yeah, it happens more often if you're a girl.
That's the rumor going around between you guys, right? Yeah.
That's right, that's right.
It's you. Can you tell us what happened to you?
Well, I was assaulted after refusing to give a cigarette, and as a result, I ended up with 12 stitches on my head because they pulled out a Glock. There were two of them, and there were two of us at the end of the evening. At the end of...
Evening, yeah. Which neighborhood was it in?
At 6 a.m. at Banani Station, where everyone parties.
Okay, they pulled a gun. Yeah, then what?
It was just a threat.
But specifically, did they hit you? How?
They hit us with something, I think. It was a portable battery, about 10.4 3/4 inches, and they hit us on the head with a portable battery. Yeah, so...
So? When they ask for a cigarette and you say no, they pull out the thing.
And then they followed us to the car. They actually wanted to steal the car in the first place. Then we stepped in and we didn't let them get away with it. They pulled out the Glock, then they pointed it at us and everything. Did they hit you there? Yeah, and in the end, we went to the hospital for stitches, and when we saw the police, an officer asked, "Why didn't they finish you off?" Oh yeah, when we had just been attacked, almost. It was an attempted murder, and the officer said that.
Why didn't they finish you off? Yeah, okay, so not a lot of empathy, huh?
Not much empathy, yeah. The complaint was filed, but there was no follow-up with cameras or anything, and it was dismissed, I think.
Basically, they ask for a cigarette, you refuse, they hit you, pull a Glock, nearly kill you, and when you file a complaint, nothing happens.
And that's it, basically.
That's it?
That's the vibe at Nantes City Hall.
And when was that?
That was in November 2024.
What kind of profile was it?
It was more of a Mediterranean profile. Chance for France, yeah. A good chance, yeah, for France, yeah. In the end, nothing came of it, and I never heard anything back. Complaint for attempted murder in Nantes, France, but no updates.
And now, here we are, that's it. That's it, so that's why I really want us to go eat.
Press your fingers.
They're coming. Nice, huh?
Everyone, you go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not sure filming here is a good idea. All right, okay, honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I got a text from a guy who infiltrated the Antifa groups, and apparently he told me there was a message going around saying I was here, and that they were going to gather and potentially take action. So, given the atmosphere here and everything I've been told tonight, we're going to stop. Because I don't have enough security, honestly, that's the thing. And I'll start again tomorrow, you know, calmly. With more security in 2 days, it'll be easier for me. All right, we'll meet up right away. Well, guys, as you saw, it was intense last night. We're here in Nantes, still with Guillaume, who will guide us all day. Guillaume, hello.
Hello, Vincent. Thanks for coming to Nantes. Like you said last night, it was a bit intense. We'll see what we can do today. Welcome to Nantes. Now it's time to prove ourselves.
Specifically, what's happening in Nantes?
Specifically, what's going on? That means we arrive with a mix of a little bit of everything. On one hand, we have massive immigration that's changing, obviously, meaning that at one time it was mostly people from what used to be French-speaking Black Africa. Today, large numbers of Sudanese refugees are arriving in Nantes, while City Hall is very permissive toward Antifas. And there's denial. There's no insecurity. There's nothing, and I think that's what we're going to check now. We're going to see if those claims are true.
Yes, it's true that, according to quite a few people, we're exaggerating the situation. Honestly, there are people who watch my reports and say, "But Vincent, you're exaggerating. It's not true. You're focusing on certain things." Overall, the average is actually pretty good.
I've been living here for 15 years. That's pretty much all I've known. My parents settled here. 15 years ago, it was one of the cities considered the best places to live in France, if you can say that. And then, in the end, now the situation has completely deteriorated. So that's what we're going to look at today.
One thing really stands out, Guillaume. Nantes is beautiful when you arrive.
Honestly, it's a beautiful city. We have a beautiful history. We have beautiful architecture. If it hadn't had all these problems, and if it didn't have all these problems with immigration, with the negligence of the city councils, significant Antifa growth aside, I still think Nantes is one of the best cities to live in. Unfortunately, everything is slowly being destroyed, and I think fixing it will be very complicated. We can clearly see where things are headed. There is a huge amount of damage to the city. Even at the universities, it's extremely run down. There's an unbelievable amount of neglect. The protests in Nantes are some of the largest in France, often causing significant damage. People get tear-gassed in the streets even when just buying bread. It's becoming almost unlivable, whether it's because of insecurity or just in terms of living together and simply living a normal life.
All right, so are we taking a risk right now by walking together like this or not?
Honestly, yes, always. I'm hoping nothing happens today, but it's possible. People are already starting to recognize us and look away. And obviously, these aren't always people who share our views or have good intentions. If it's just looks, that's fine. However, as we've seen recently and often, they can sometimes become violent.
You were attacked because you're part of COCAD, so we should mention that. A student union that's rather right-wing, that's correct, and you were attacked during a protest. For Lola, that's right.
Yes, that's right. We'll get to that, I think, in a few minutes.
Okay, listen, let's go take a look at this beautiful city of Nantes.
We're heading to the center, passing the Château des Ducs. Let's continue, Brittany.
But look, this view is amazing, right here.
See, ahead is the water mirror and then the Château de Nantes, which is very well preserved.
Wow, what a calm compared to yesterday.
Very calm. The Saturday night parties are over. Maybe everyone is sleeping, I don't know, but right now we can even, you could say we appreciate it.
That's true, we're enjoying it now.
We're enjoying it. The cathedral behind us, which burned down.
Wow. The view in front of us is magnificent. It's stunningly beautiful. It's like a postcard. Yeah, that's true, with the moats. Look at that. And that's what you see when you arrive from the station. So it's really a beautiful scene.
We're arriving at the Château des Ducs de Bretagne. There's always debate about Nantes' place in Brittany, but historically it is part of Brittany. Obviously because we have the Château des Ducs de Bretagne here, with the famous image that everyone in Nantes knows. Duchess Anne of Brittany, who was the last Duchess of Brittany.
And look, they put the bells as decoration in the moat. Winter journey.
Yes, that's important to show. There's no more Christmas, it's the winter journey. Now,
that's it, they don't mention Christmas anymore.
That's part of it. I rarely see the word Christmas used there. There you go, you can see, that's it, that's the new thing. 2025 by Françoise Petrovich. It's the bells in the moats.
That's it, there you go. It's a work of art.
So that's the explanation?
They rang the bells in the moats at full blast.
I don't know if the goat, obviously illuminated, is a little jab at Catholicism.
Indeed, there is a goat, yes. Actually, it's not Christmas, it's the Winter Journey.
The Winter Journey, 4th edition.
It's a marvel.
Ah yes, it has beautiful castles.
Look at that. That's wonderful, the Castle of the Dukes. Brittany with the coat of arms, maybe even from Brittany itself, right?
That's it, right there. You can see different coats of arms, either from families or the place. And then, in the back, you can see Anne of Brittany, a bit older, who was the last Duchess of Brittany and was married to a French king. And who? So did Brittany return to the royal domain?
That's where the fight happened. Guillaume, yes.
That's where the attack happened, our attack. After Lola's tribute, it starts a little higher up, but in any case, that's where it ended. Here you can clearly see the video.
What do you think the solution would be? Facing these Antifas, since you're in the university environment, the Antifas are outnumbering us. Compared to you right-wing students,
Of course.
they attack you and stop you from handing out flyers. What should you do?
There are already a lot of solutions. I think a very simple one is not to let it happen. Whether it's us, right-wing students, stopping it and showing we're unafraid. Secondly, also the universities, what are they doing? They are completely letting things slide. Why? Because actually, if they have the misfortune of being able to oppose these groups and even these individuals, well, what do? They block, they vandalize. The events at the University of Nantes were impressive. Early in the year, an Antifa group vandalized property and assaulted people. Yes, that's right.
No, apparently not. If we're all Antifas, my friends, no.
We're all Antifas.
Well, no,
Look me in the eyes, we're all Antifas.
but apparently not.
All Antifas. You understand?
Apparently not.
The proof? Oh no, but after all, diversity is good. You're not Antifas, are you? Obviously. After World War II, the country positioned itself well.
Yeah.
Antifas, Antifas. France is Antifas. It's not left, not far left, it's Antifas. From right to left, we're all Antifas.
What does it mean, Antifas for you, sir?
So what does fascists mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like a fascist.
Oh, but I wasn't accused of fascism.
Yes, but you're Antifas. We were Antifas in the 1940s. It's the FAS.
I'm not going to go on the networks of I don't know who you are. You seem nice.
You came to intervene?
You seem nice.
I see you're Antifas. That's fine, but who are the FAS to you?
The FAS?
Who are you against?
We're not against anyone. We're anti-fascism. If you know what fascism is, you learned it in school. Come back and see what fascism really is.
Who are the fascists?
Find out about fascism.
No, who? Hitler. Yes, but where? They're in France. You know who? Yes, but where? In France.
In France?
I don't know where Hitler is in France or where Mussolini is.
And find him.
Well, no, you're the one telling me there is one.
Ah, well, yes.
Well, then point them out to me, show them to me. I wanted to see I'm back, but where?
And maybe you have some representatives?
I don't know you, so I'm a fascist.
So you can have a good day, but I don't know, sir.
That's what you're claiming, but you don't really know. Well, you need to structure your thoughts. Sir, it's not very clear. Well, yeah, well, don't speak up if it's Sunday then and you're tired.
It's a father with his daughter, a father with his daughter.
He stepped in to say no. Still, it's amazing everyone is anti-fascist. Listen.
And he says fascism is back in France and makes insinuations like, then he goes to talk to someone who's on the phone, strangely enough.
Ah, yes, indeed, yeah.
Even though it's a Sunday morning. He was a family man who seemed, well, I didn't think he was going to come and confront us or anything, so it was a bit strange. When asked to organize his thoughts, there's nothing behind them.
Well, he makes a phone call, that's it. He makes phone calls, that's his way of structuring his thoughts. But so yes. So I asked him who the FAS were. It's interesting though, he calls himself Antifa and he couldn't tell me. The bar behind.
That's what he says. He says Mussolini, Hitler. I said, up to that point, yes, Mussolini was a fascist. That's no secret to anyone, except he says fascism is back in France. But what are we suggesting?
Well, that we are the reincarnations of Mussolini and Hitler?
Yes, keep calling. And then behind that, what is it? Here we are on the street where we were attacked behind. What does that convey? We're wrongly portrayed, but we're just expressing patriotism. We're proud of our country, and I'm proud the Château des Ducs is behind us.
We're talking about regulating immigration, which is something that's done all over the world in a pretty normal way and without being labeled for it. These countries are fascists, but here, so he's putting a label on us. Fascist, Nazi. because that's what he did, of course. And actually, it's a call to attack us.
But that's it. I mean, what's behind those words? It's that we're being demonized. Well, behind that, violence, which is supposedly bad for everyone, is actually valued and encouraged against people who are considered Nazis or fascists. In the end, it's us. Without any basis or deeper thought like that man, how did it happen? What's behind all this? There will be violence directed at us in a pretty aggressive way, and it's completely legitimized. That is to say, by doing evil, they believe they're doing good since they're getting rid of, for them, everything that is completely despicable.
That's Trotsky's idea. The end justifies the means. Their morals differ from ours. They have their own. They believe doing evil for a good cause makes evil good.
Of course, always. And then for many of them, they take pride in the communist ideal, as we've discussed. Of course, the communist regime with clean hands that's never caused millions of deaths. And so right behind us, that's the Cathedral of Nantes.
This beautiful, splendid place is being renovated. By the way,
it's been under renovation for a while due to a major fire.
Being called a fascist in public always feels strange.
Yes, especially from unexpected people. There, it's a man walking with his daughter on a Sunday morning, and he hears the word Antifa. He turns around, and I even wondered if he was going to attack us.
In any case, it's true that he has a hatred inside him. There's something there.
Inside him that
triggers. That is, all of a sudden, he will lose his temper. He'll think he needs to get angry, he needs to get mad, maybe even attack right away like that, towards a stranger.
He didn't know or ask any questions.
In his mind, there's really an ideology, something almost cult-like, that makes him snap. He snaps into violence.
They're brainwashed.
Unlike us.
That means we asked ourselves the question, what
could cause us to attack someone like that on instinct? Nothing.
I have no idea.
Except for a guy who would attack a young woman, that's it.
But except that's where we defend, that's where we would defend.
At the limit. I would react if I saw a physical assault in front of me, I would step in. That, yes. But other than that, nothing would make me attack someone in the street.
Nothing said he's making a report, that's it. It's pretty false. So that means he comes, he's going to put on a show to say, look, I don't agree with you. He immediately got very close, possibly trying to intimidate.
Because it seems to me that in fascism, one of the key definitions is the totalitarian state. Of course, personally, I'm not in favor of a totalitarian state. Maybe even the opposite, I'm rather liberal. On the other hand, the camp he belongs to, maybe he has a greater affinity with this idea of a totalitarian state. Maybe he does. On the contrary, if he defends the communist or far-left idea, there may be more similarities with fascism.
Obviously, everyone is looking at me.
In reality,
even considering Dee's story.
The fact that he wants to intervene, maybe stop us from speaking, etc., that's a totalitarian characteristic.
Of course, history shows many totalitarian states, including several on the far left, like the former communist bloc. What do we see? We know what that caused, and history makes us question things, especially when you see the hundreds of millions of deaths in the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. When you even look at Cuba, when you even look at what happened in Latin America, obviously today we see the image of Che Guevara as a liberator. Well, the question is, was that really the case or not?
In any case, it's about surveillance, and he is in a state of surveillance. He's a bit on the lookout for what others think. So that's related to fascism. It's a characteristic trait of fascism. We watch what others think. We are the police, each of us. And if it's not North Korea, that's what it is. Every citizen is a policeman, more or less, watching what others do, and so on. To report to the authorities. So he's in that mindset, which we are not. In fact, between him and us, the one closest to fascism is him. We're all Antifa, right? No, we're not all Antifa. Actually,
it depends on what it is. What's the definition? You answered well. What's his definition of fascism? And are we all against the kind he's describing? It's possible, but actually when we don't even have the same meaning for the same words anymore.
If fascism means Mussolini and Hitler, then I'm totally anti-fascist.
Of course.
Now, if fascism means people who want to regulate immigration in France, then no. I'm not anti-fascist anymore. All of a sudden...
There you go, that's it.
That's the issue. It's the definition of fascism.
Of course, that's where it no longer makes sense, obviously.
Even in their motto, siamo tutti antifascisti, there's a contradiction. If everyone were anti-fascist, why declare it?
Because those who don't agree with them have to agree with them, otherwise they're silenced with violence. It's very clear, it's logical, it's the logic of totalitarianism.
We can go over there, right? Yes.
It's nice there. That was the Great Tower of Brittany.
Oh yes, that's right, it's the Tower of Brittany.
Yes, it's the Montparnasse Tower.
It's Nantes' Montparnasse Tower. I admit it's beautiful.
And here we're in the historic center, still in Nantes. The beautiful half-timbered houses, yes, they have charm. There are always a lot of shops too. There's really a local character. It remains bourgeois, very bourgeois. Nantes is very bourgeois. There are the old families from back in the day who own entire buildings that they rent out today. So there's a big Nantes bourgeoisie, yes indeed.
A bourgeoisie that at one time made part of its wealth thanks to the triangular trade.
Of course, that's exactly when these buildings were constructed, properties were acquired, and now they fully enjoy the benefits. As the gentleman mentioned, everyone is Antifa now. However, we maintain our building and private street, which is developing further. Just like Paris, private guarded streets keep people out. Still, they keep voting for Johanna Roland. In Nantes, we have all the services we need. There are a lot of stores, there are very good restaurants, even for young people. There are many bars, there are places where you can go out at night to have fun. But obviously there have been quite a few problems in that area. Now there is a bit more security, but it's the businesses that provide the extra security. It's not the city that takes care of it. But yes, Nantes is a city where it's good to live, where it's good to study, normally. And everything is a bit ruined by political choices and sometimes by the people who live there.
Okay, it's very beautiful here anyway, it's nice.
That's Galeries Lafayette over there, so it's a big thing. But you should know that at night this place looks completely different, a totally different face too. Why? Because this is where the crackheads hang out? Oh, I see. That means they sleep at the entrance there, they're just behind. Also around the parking lot, they gather just behind. And here I know a lot of people who had the misfortune of getting attacked here by crackheads. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah, it is.
It's right there, just here?
Right here, in front of the Galeries Lafayette, so here, on this street. For a Sunday morning, they were kind of forced to pack up, but when night falls, they're back.
Honestly, except for that person who approached us, everything is going well.
People keep staring, and it's not in a friendly way, you know. Yeah, that's true, but on a Sunday morning, it's fine, just wandering. We hope it stays this way. But as we saw last night, it might not always be like this.
Yes.
There are a lot of people, I said it, it's family friendly, families are out, it's a good life in Nantes at certain times.
I'd like to walk around without a camera, just stroll, you know? For now, I don't see any delinquents, I don't see any sign of collapse. Last night on the terrace, 2 tables away, one guy pretended to sleep while another gave me a thumbs up. So right now there's a real divide in France, it's a real divide.
Yes, but it's completely understood here, except it's always the law of the strongest, and the one who makes the most noise is the one who gets listened to.
It's interesting that the same reality can have 2 interpretations, because in the end we all see the same thing with our eyes, through our senses, but we don't all interpret it the same way.
It's an anti-women delusion.
Oh yes, all right. He's looking at us and said, Guignol.
Yeah, I know who it is, he'll call.
And yes, he's going to call. Yeah, it's the guy. They're in the middle of the street, over there, in the center, with a backpack, those 2. He's with a girl. He's not calling right now. He's on the side, no, now he's crossing, now he's next to the Galeries Lafayette. Yeah, let's move. The idea is not to stay in one place for more than 5 minutes. You need to keep moving. Movement is survival, like in zombie movies.
I've found that all the assaults I experienced in Nantes were by men from immigrant backgrounds.
Here is one of France's largest slums.
Not the journalists, the far right.
Help.
You're heading toward horror. There are barely any lights in Nantes, no Christmas lights, which is a political decision. The people upstairs nearly insulted us for being too noisy in the street. We said, call the police, we were just attacked.
Personally, at the time, I didn't feel unsafe, so I used to be more left-wing before, and I've completely changed. I'm much more right-wing today.